Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report, and I'm here with Linda right now. Linda, you had some questions that you wanted, I think you wanted to talk about, or...
Don, I always have questions because I don't know much about fishing, and so I'm always trying to learn more about what you do and how you do it. And I guess these questions would also be true of any angler that is out there trying to catch the perfect fish. So the question I have for you is, what type of line is monofilament? And just so that your listeners know, you'd gone into a store and you were looking for monofilament. And I was wondering, what type of line is monofilament?
Well, it's the line that I started fishing with. For people to think of, it's a plastic, and that's what it is. Basically, it's plastic, and it has certain characteristics, and those characteristics, obviously, over the years, there's been new type of lines that have come out, new types of plastic derivations, and the line that you were questioning, I went and I wanted to get something for trout fishing. And so the line I bought was 4-pound test P line. And I thought it was a monofilament, but it's actually a copolymer. That means it's made up of two different types of chemical consistencies, and it has low memory, supreme castability, and superior knot strength. I'm reading off the box. And that's so the things that a fisherman has to be aware of is how easily does that line work for you. That's what you need. You need something that seems to be the best for whatever condition. And for trout fishing, I want something that is light and that will cast the lure out easily, because I'm using very light lures. You want something that the fish can't see all that easily, but I don't want something that's going to tangle all the time. And the monofilament has a tendency to do that. Monofilament really doesn't have a lot of strength for its size, and it may not be the best choice, but it's what I fished my whole life with, going for trout. So it's what I chose because I want to use tiny little lures that resemble the flies and stuff that fish eat, that they find natural in the water.
And so would they see it? I mean, would they see the line? Is that your purpose for using the monofilament?
No, it's because it's braid would not be the right type of line to choose, because it's bulkier, and it does have a certain look in the water. Monofilament should be less visible to the fish. Actually, of all the lines, fluorocarbon is probably the best for what I want to use. It's less abrasion resistant. I mean, it's more, it's less likely to be cut, and the fish can't see it.
Like on rocks, in other words.
Yes, on rocks, or
Okay.
in the St. Lawrence would be on zebra mussels, or anything that's sharp. But it's important that you ask me these questions, because honestly, I believe a lot of people listening that aren't avid fishermen may have a lot of questions about fishing that we that fish all the time take those things for granted, and we don't even think of them as questions.
Exactly. When I'm listening to you, or when I'm watching one of your fishing shows with you, oftentimes there's so much that I don't understand. The terminology is kind of beyond me, and I've been following along for a number of years now, but there's still so much that I don't know.
Well, what determines whether you'd want to use monofilament or something else is the type of reel you're going to be fishing with. You wouldn't want to put monofilament line on a bait casting reel, because regular braided line works so much better coming off the way that spool is designed and the way the reel actually works. But for a spinning reel, monofilament's probably the best choice. Or for a push-button fishing reel like kids get started with, it's probably the best choice as well.
Or those who can't cast.
And when we talk about fly fishing, fly line is again, it's a tool. It's designed to go through the guide smoothly. It's very smooth. It has a coating over it, and the line is actually a huge part of your fly fishing rig. That's a whole nother question though, but that's nothing like other fishing line.
So trout fishing really is its own separate and unique way to fish.
It really is. And so is every kind of fishing, really. Like musky fishing has its own particular type of tackle that you need to use, and the very needs of each of the components of that kind of fishing is what you have to take in consideration.
Thank you. Great answer.
Well, I don't know if it was a good answer, and it's not an easy question, even for a seasoned fisherman that fishes all the time. They have the same questions. They still have to choose what's going to work best for them, for their type of fishing.
And hope that their day goes well because of what they've selected.
And the other thing another point that you brought out that I think needs talking about, and that is you don't want the fish to see the line, but you really want you to see the line. When you're fishing, it's important that you can watch that line for as much of it as you can see. Whatever line is above the water, you need to be able to watch it as you're fishing, because your line is your telltale that's going to tell your brain, hey, there's a fish on the other end. And so it's important to see it, especially that's if you can see well. Mm-hmm. And if you can't see well, that's even more important.
Right. So thank you for that. That sounds good.
Well, we always are trying to come up with something that can help people,
Yes.
So until next time, this is Don and Linda with the North Country Fishing Report.